Hello and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots Weekend. The show's a bit cold, isn't it? Dear me, ooh, a bit nippy. Keys everywhere, being that busy today, I must admit. And it's our final day of the Grassroots Weekend, the show. So wherever you've been, if you've had games on, I know all the grass pitches, or the majority, were cancelled due to the poor weather we had over the last 4 days. I think it was non-stop rain, heavy rain. I don't think we had any rain today, grassroots football, which was a pleasure, and that was the same as yesterday. But last night it did come down, so it would have made the grass pitches a little bit wetter, to say the least. Anyway, we still had 3G pitches on, 4G pitches, wherever you are, and we still had the same old games, didn't we? When we say great football games from the kids, and obviously enjoyable from the majority of parents and spectators, and also managers on the field of play. Overall, not too bad. A couple of incidents that you can deal with, and the committee will deal with no problem whatsoever. They're the easier ones. But overall on the pitches, we had no bad reports from the referees, which is a great sign. These are the leagues that we are at. If you've had poor reports and you're a referee or committee member or even a parent and you've witnessed things, please simply get in touch with myself, mal@don'ttextheline.com. We'd love to hear about what's gone on, and we'd love to. The reason we want to hear about it is because we want to see just how poor touchline behaviour is becoming, or is it now sort of dwindling away? Are we putting to a lot of pressure on parents, spectators over what's happening within the government? Because I know Robbie Savage is doing something about grassroots football as well. Overheard him on the radio as well. He's always involved in grassroots football, and obviously with the sad times that we're facing, I think everyone needs to pull together and give the kids a chance to play the game, because if kids are going to be pulling out away from games, we'd love to hear from you as well, from teams. If they're struggling and parents can't afford the subscriptions, things like that, there's a lot of teams out there that will help and support, and we'll all try our very, very best to make sure that no kid goes without a game of football, because it is essential to their health in first and foremost, because kids need to be out playing, not just in the streets, with their friends, and taking part in these football festivals we have at weekends within junior football leagues. We don't want to see kids dwindling away, just like referees have been doing lately. We just want to see them all, and we know families are having a hard time. We're all struggling. Believe me, it really is poor the way we're getting treated at the moment, and let's just hope we can all pull together and things are brighter in the near future, not the far future, near future. Because I've noticed when things go up, it's always tomorrow. When things are given as pleasure or a rise, it's always, you have to wait a few months. It doesn't make sense to me. It should go up there, then, and safeguard us all. Anyway, that's my opinion, and I think we're all entitled to our own opinions. But overall, we'll just go recap on a few things that, you know, you can't question the referee if you're a manager spectator. That's it. You can question them, but it's not right. You do not question the referee's decision. Let the referee get on with it, because the referees are impartial. His or her referee you may have, they're impartial. They go out there to do a job, and the pressure is on them as well, don't forget, because they like to get things right. And if they make honest mistakes, why knock them? It doesn't make sense. There's a million mistakes made on the pitch, whether it be professional, whether it be kids, whatever it is, you just let them get on with it, and you'd encourage those kids to play the game of football. That's all it is. Encourage them. They make a good move, brilliant, encourage them. If they score a goal, encourage them. If they make a foul, obviously you turn around and say, whoa, no more of that. If your mum, dad, parent, spectator or coach, the coach 9 times out of 10 will deal with this and try and stop the child from fouling. Sometimes they're not meant, it's just harmless fun, shall we say. They just go in a little bit too strong and they don't mean to hurt, and a lot of kids will get hurt, you can see that, but they get up, they get on with it, and they play the game, and that is the way to be. Now, we don't want mums running on the pitch if their son or daughter gets injured. You know, leave that to the coach. They're all first aiders, they're all, well, when we say first aid, there's always someone there who can help and make sure that your child is all right. It's all about a game of football. The 9 times out of 10, as I say, they get up unless it really is serious, and then everyone deals with that, don't they? Anyway, game of football, I've enjoyed it today, and I enjoyed it yesterday. Great to talk to the committees as always, and we can always have a little cup of coffee, cup of tea, and have a chat. And I met, you know, Chris, great, his lad James was refereeing yesterday, done absolutely fantastic, and his team done well today. We done pretty well today. I must admit, you know, I cannot knock DXTL FC. I really can't. And obviously, Quarry Green, that's who they are on the Sunday as well, because the team is just phenomenal. It really is, and they're really enjoying themselves. They're playing under sevens. Had a really tough game today, I must admit. DK, they played them today. What a game it was, you know, two sets of kids playing their hearts out, and it was real fun. There was no animosity, and you might have had one or two comments from the sidelines that you don't need. We all know that. That is what we don't want. The kids are enjoying themselves, the goals are going in, and the referee was absolutely brilliant today. May I just turn around and praise Dave Leader, who was in charge of the game today. Absolutely fantastic. The game flowed, the kids enjoyed themselves, strong refereeing, even had to go to the parents if they said something. What more could you ask for? What a referee. Absolutely fantastic. And even the parents commented to me, very strong. That's what you need, a real good referee. Well done to both teams who put on a really good football on display. Both sets of teams, the kids, brilliant. Some of the parents, yeah, okay, they probably learned by their mistake. They shouldn't be shouting out. They shouldn't be telling the referee or explaining to the referee that was a corner. Imagine it, if the parents and the sideline referees were running that game. Imagine it. Where would you have the mayhem? Dear me, what sort of game would we have? Now, all we do is ask the parents, spectators, to leave the referees to referee. Let them officiate. That's what they're trained for. And as they say, if they make an honest mistake, let them get on with things. You don't run them down. You don't tell them corner, penalty. What's the use? The referee will give what they see. If it's blatant and they've missed it, let's just get on with the game. Hold your hands up. Just say, okay, no problem, referee. Let's just let the kids enjoy themselves. And that's the way today was run. It was great. Lovely to see. And I could watch, I was in the middle of the pitch, I could watch all four games, and it looked all really tough games, strong games. Kids were all enjoying themselves. These are under sevens that I was watching earlier on in the morning. I stayed a little bit later, around about 1 o'clock, and watched a few more games. And the referees, talking to the referees, not a problem. They were getting on with the games, and there was no feedback. Poor feedback. Things were happening, except we had a little incident in a cafe. Can I ask spectators and parents, as well as coaches, when you go into a cafe, it's there to have a drink, sit down, enjoy yourselves and have a talk. If you want to talk football, that's entirely up to yourselves. If you want to talk about where you were last night, where you danced, whatever, where you're singing, that is entirely up to yourselves. It's there to relax. The staff are there to do a job as well. We don't see, or we don't want any managers, any parents, any spectators causing an argument in front of youngsters. That is not what we want to see. We expect better of yourselves, and obviously this is obviously what we witnessed, and it's getting dealt with by the club themselves. Why do we? Kids should just stand and watch and probably get a little bit scared as well. There's no need for any arguments whatsoever. Doesn't make sense. So please, can we ask all the spectators, not just on the field of play, we do give the message on and off the field of play, and we always say, show respect towards the referees and show respect towards each other on and off the field of play. And that's the way it should be. Remember, the kids around all the time. If you're going to argue, you've got managers and coaches there, go and take your point to them. The committees aren't there, they'll feed back to the committee members for that. That is how it works. You do not go in with your complaint to a committee member. You go through your manager. We just got to get some facts right, and then the committee will deal with it after they've spoken to the managers or their coaches. It makes it easy. You can imagine the big queues of parents want to talk to a committee member. They've got too much to do anyway. They're making sure that your team or everyone else's team has a referee, the games are flowing right, the time's going right. They have to sit there and put up with it. That's how leagues are run. So please, in the future, if you're a mum, dad, spectator, auntie, uncle, grandpa, grandma, then leave those comments at home. Applaud the kids, applaud the referees, get on with each other, talk to each other, not argue with each other. It's one of those things, you know, we do know, we just mentioned all about stress, but you can't take that to work, you can't take it to the field of play, you can't carry it on in front of the kids. I saw loads and loads of kids today with smiles on their faces. That's the way it should be. Yes, we've had 1 or 2 reports gone in from referees. They will be dealt with as well. But to be honest, nothing really serious. And I've been asked by Kevin Moore, you may remember Kevin Moore, he's one of our referees, cracking referee, cracking fella, gets on with the job, but he's also an official. And an official is there to put out the laws of the games. Am I right? Everyone has to abide by the laws of the game. And there's a myth that Kev has asked me to put to bed. So to tell all you people out there, if you're involved in small-sided football and the kids are all getting mixed up, so it must be coming from coaches, managers, even spectators or parents, so we're telling them, don't worry, there is no such things as red or yellow cards in football matches at small-sided. Well, there is, and Kev has asked me to tell you that they can give out red and yellow cards. That's why they have them, and they can put them in to the county FA. And there's 2 kids who are facing charges today. Won't go into details, but Kev's told me they're red cards, they're yellow cards, and the FA will act on them. So there is cards there. So kids, remember, when you go out on a football pitch, there is red and yellow cards, and if the referees have to, they will use them. Anything to say, Mal at don'ttexttheline.com. I'm just a messenger for the referee, but I think we all know that anyway, or the majority do. But there's a myth going around that Kev has asked me to pass on to yourselves as referees. Remember, red and yellow cards will count if that referee feels fit and thinks something is untoward on that field of play. The kids will walk and the fines will follow. Okay, Kev, there you go. I did mention it, you asked me to, so put it out there. Any other referees who want me to mention anything, or kids, if you've got birthdays or anything, or you're going to go to a nice surprise party, or whatever surprise, I can't say that if it's a surprise, but if you've got somewhere to go and you want me to mention your name, I'm not too sure about the goals, because people don't like that, do they? You know, 10-0, 20-0, 50-0, whatever it may be. It's just a win is a win. A lose, a loss. A loss is a loss. And a draw is a draw. Let's all go. If it's close, I don't mind giving those scores out. But when it's too many goals, it's like too many cooks spoil the broth. We don't want to do that, ruin game of football. Kids don't want to be embarrassed, and we always remember that. You can't help it if kids are kids and they're playing each other and you don't know how that team plays and the kids are putting the goals in. Those kids can't help it. And I've seen a lot of coaches trying to improve the game and keep the scores down if that's the case. They're good managers, they're good coaches, they'll try their very, very best. But we can always say that other coaches are going to improve your children and they will be coming up to their level, or they're going to be a lot better, closer level when they play the games next time around. You won't see all that. Kids or all new teams coming together, they will improve. And this is why we say, let the kids develop. Let them develop. To your mums and dads, spectators, all on the touchlines, you need to let your child develop their skills. Same as the referees. A lot of young referees out there, they need to develop their skills. And the committee are dealing with an incident yesterday where one of the managers, the coaches, has not learned and just carries on and insisting that they can question the referee for everything that they do within the game. That's getting dealt with as well. So yeah, the small incidents, but at least the committee are putting the foot down and making sure nothing like this happens. Now, a massive message to all your parents. Please stop being the sideline referee. All the coaches as well. The referees do not tell you how to coach. The referees do not tell you how to dress and how to turn up in the day and what mistakes you're making. No, they're there to abide by the laws of the game, and that's what they use. They're impartial. They're not on any one side. They're not biased, which some referees, some coaches will insist that they are. It doesn't happen, honestly. They just want to make a bob or two, especially the young referees. Go home, put the money away for Christmas or some holidays. And I know some of the referees, young referees, are passing it on towards their family as well. Absolutely fantastic what you do. Do you know, I think it's an honour to meet most of these referees now. They're all coming in. Well done to the county FAs, by the way, for training up some cracking referees referees who are insisting that they want to go to the very, very top. Let's improve. They won't improve if they're getting too much stick on and off the field of play. They'll only improve if they get encouragement, and they'll start coming more confidence, building the confidence, and they'll start refereeing and getting better. Just let them enjoy their game as well. It's a development league on a Saturday, and I think every kid's game is a development league regardless. But you have to thank the committee as well. They do a fantastic job, you know. You turn up your Saturdays and Sundays, probably some midweek games because grass pitches will have to catch up soon. But look, hopefully it's just a one-off and we get the run through Christmas as well. And then after the Christmas break, the weather turns milder, we have no rain and we continue, or snow. Anyway, we love our football, and yeah, you turn up, and commend you parents as well. The parents who give 100% to their child, take them here, there and everywhere, and respect other parents as well, talk, and that's what it should all be about, you know. We're all from one city, let's stay under that umbrella and be favouritism to each other. Let's be the favourites, and the kids will all get on better, you know. If the parents, mums and dads all start chatting and having a laugh and a joke, it really rubs off on the kids as well. Don't segregate each other. It's not like postcards in streets and, you know, postcodes, should I say, not postcards. Postcodes where some people like to say, we're from here, we're from there. It's all as one. We're all under this same city. And I hope it's the same wherever you're from. And it goes to the same in your city. And we all forget postcodes, where you're from, and live as one. We're all under the same government. We all have to suffer by the same government, unfortunately. So let's stick together and let's hope changes for the better are coming in the future. Not just in grassroots football, within society itself. Let's live a good life instead of living a sad life at the moment, because there's a lot of stress going around. You can see that, you can pick up on it, and you know what people are talking about as well. And people go missing for a while. You can see that. I can see it. And I look around for a lot of people and I don't see them. Makes you wonder sometimes, can they make it? Are they having second thoughts about running the team? Always remember, let's work together. Let's be as one massive team. And the kids will benefit, we'll benefit, committees will benefit, and the referees will certainly benefit as well. Well done to Al as well within the cafe today. Brilliant. Okay, we've got just under 2 minutes left, so we've got a big week coming this week with our kids' voice box. And I was talking to Franny Jeffers today, Everton legend. Well, you know, I think he's an Everton legend. And, you know, kids want to ask him questions, and you probably want to know any questions. If you've got a question that you think we should ask Franny Jeffers, and keep it clean, come on. I'm talking to Evertonians here because he's your legend. And some Liverpool fans as well might just want to ask a question that you might be up for answering. mal@don'ttexttheline.com. The kids will be looking forward to it. I've got to text him or ring him tomorrow, and we'll find out. Got a great chat today and see when we can get him in. But other than that, the kids have definitely got Rob Pope in. They're looking forward to it. They're eager, they're nervous, but I can't wait for this session to go ahead. I really, really can't. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the kids enjoying themselves and getting involved. And we've got a big week, as I say, for Don't Cross the Line, and also for the kids' voice box. Our young commentators are being asked to do some interviews, 2 at once. There we go. So we'll split the kids up and make sure that they're all aware of what they've got to ask. So I'll put a message out for them and we'll go from there, and they'll get themselves prepared. Talking to Steve Smith as well. He's sorting out the boxes for the youngsters. So there's a lot going on, and you think if I go quiet, I'm doing nothing. I'm doing a lot, I assure you. Okay, we come to the end of our show, and all that's left is to say, enjoy the World Cup as much as you can, as best as you can. I'm still talking to people who are saying they can't be bothered with it, they're not interested in it. Well, let's just hope. Let me just stop that again. Let's just hope that we can. Let's be interested in the World Cup, and let's just hope England can do something. I'm really hoping that they will. I can't see it myself. I haven't got the vibes at the moment, but maybe when the game starts, we'll all change our minds. So come on, England, that's all I can say. In the meantime, we'll be back again next week, around about Friday, with a cracking interview, Rob Pope, and hopefully Franny Jeffers as well. Let's put the kids on twice. Why not? We'll see you on Friday night. Myself, Mal Lee, and all the team here at the Grassroots Show. Don't cross the line. REFspect programme, Hearts of Gold initiatives, and also our kids' voice box. See you on Friday. Good night, God bless.